Let's talk about the fact that sometimes you don't need a new strategy or a new action plan. What you literally need is to take your ass somewhere, sit down, and get some rest. And how about this amazing goat? I think this is like the 4th time I've seen this goat on the trail. He is so adorable. He ain't bothering nobody. He don't have a fuck in the world. Okay, but anyway, let's get into today's topic. So I know that as a business owner who is ADHD, who identifies with ADHD, because I am not ADHD. That's not how I meant to say it. But anyway, it does not have me. I don't see it as a disease or an illness or a shortcoming. I simply see it as giving me a better way to understand how my brain functions, right? Also, I do consider myself neurodiverse. I know that for me, a big part of what I have had to understand about myself in most recent years as I navigated major changes in my business intentionally, burning a lot of things down, recalibrating things, doing things differently, rebranding, because I needed to align the business with where I am now, who I am now, and who I am becoming, right? It was no longer serving me in the way that it had in the past. So I'm going to talk from that lens, but also from the perspective of relationships in your lives. And it really doesn't matter whether you work for yourself, have a 9-to-5, have a 9-to-5 and a side hustle. I don't care what you got going on. I think you'll be able to relate to this. We do all the things that we're often told to do when we're starting out, right? Whether you're going to school, picking a major, really deciding on a career, launching a business, getting into a new relationship, getting married, getting divorced, whatever. Most times we will seek guidance, if you will, from the people around us, from the people that know us best, from the people that we think have some type of expertise, from the people that have a leg up. They've done a little bit already. And sometimes it can be really great. It can help us avoid a lot of pitfalls, shortcomings, mistakes, falling off the bridge. It can help us really avoid a lot of pain if the advice and the wisdom that they share is strategic and poignant. However, and this is a big however, we have to be mindful that we are not using that advice or that wisdom or that knowledge to override what our body is literally telling us. And I've talked about this a little bit in some of the previous videos, so make sure you go back and catch up on those in the replays if you haven't already watched them. There's a difference in pushing yourself strategically, because you need to get some shit done and you know that you're just avoiding it because of fear or insecurity or whatever. That's a whole different lane than what I'm talking about. So we're going to put that to the side. What I'm talking about is when your body is literally sending distress signals, flares up in the in the sky, lighting that bitch up, saying, pay attention, baby, pay attention. Emergency signals, flashers on, caution signs, every which way you can think of to get your attention. But you continue to push because you say, well, I got to get this thing done. Well, I'm working on this deadline. Well, I got to be strategic. I got to get the marketing done. I got to get this report done. I gotta. There's a difference when it's just something that has to get done that you've been avoiding, and something that you're literally forcing yourself to do that your body is telling you is not the right thing. Rest is spiritual as it is practical, because we need it in order to thrive and survive and live a full life. Rest is healing. Rest is just as much a part of spiritual journey, healing journey, manifestation journey as is mantras, affirmations, exercise, eating right, and using that strategic advice in your marketing strategy or in your career path. Rest is the difference sometimes between you crashing out, burning out, or actually getting to the end goal that you had in mind. Okay? Because what happens is, I'm gonna come up with a real world example. I'm trying to think of something a client has talked about recently. Okay, got one. Let's say you are desperately ready to meet your person, man or woman. you are ready to call in the love of your life, meet them, build something powerful with them, because you already know that when you guys come together, it's gonna be amazing. They ain't even wrote the love story as powerful as yours yet, okay? You know this, you've seen it, you dreamed about it. So you keep getting up and pushing yourself to go to all these dating events, pushing yourself to go out on all these dates, pushing yourself to do all this work, learn how to, have conversations. You're researching, you're reading books, listening to podcasts, watching movies, working with a dating coach. You got homework every week, baby. You on your A game. But you're also tired. And you're starting to get frustrated because you're not getting the results, okay? What's happening is that your nervous system is not calibrated to manifest what you are calling in and be able to maintain it. Your nervous system does not feel safe with all of this fast and furious movement, pun intended. Your nervous system is not on point with you. You're not working together. You're not in flow. You're not in alignment. You're not prioritizing your well-being and your wellness. You're not thriving. You're operating in reactiveness and desperation, and that is not the best way to manifest. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible to manifest damn near anyway. But sometimes it's harder to do it certain ways, and sometimes it's damn near impossible to keep it once you got it. Your nervous system is signaling to you, I'm tired. Stop going to all these dating events. I'm overwhelmed. I don't like all these people. I am peopled out. My people meter is at 0. Your nervous system is trying to tell you, hey, pay attention to me because I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling overwhelmed with all these things I got to keep up with. All these tasks I got to complete on top of work, on top of cleaning the house, on top of taking care of dogs and squirrels and rats and cats and lizards and whatever else you got. And maintaining everything that you got to maintain, all the spinning plates that you're trying to stop from falling every day. And because you're not listening, you're actually making it harder to get what you want. Because here's the key thing that we don't talk about enough. The safer you feel in your body, the easier it truly becomes to manifest. Now, I don't care what you call it, whether you call it intentionally curating your life, co-creating, manifesting, law of attraction, quantum leaping, neuroscience, quantum physics. I don't care what you label it. Everybody has a different label for it, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, the fact remains the same. The truth remains the same. The wisdom remains the same. That if your nervous system is out of whack and you don't feel safe in your physical body, in yourself, if you don't feel aligned with yourself, then all the affirmations you're doing and all that stuff you're doing to get what you want is like you trying to convince yourself that a lie is true. So you're working against yourself, making it twice as hard to get the thing that you desire. Because when you feel safe and you're relaxed in it, it becomes easier for your brain to accept the truth. It becomes easier to see the proof all around you that what you're working so intentionally to curate is in fact happening and already in position and coming to you and revealing itself. But if you're not feeling safe, if you're not feeling aligned, if you're not feeling rested within yourself, it's like trying to skate on one foot on a rollerblade while juggling, chewing gum, and balancing a tiger on your back. Now, I don't know about you, but I hadn't met anybody that I would think that would be able to do that. Even the world's most preeminent ice skaters. Okay? That being said, you shouldn't have to go through all that to manifest what you want easier. It's about to get light on the trail. I'll be right back. So let's get back into this. I really want you to think for a moment about the value of rest. I really want you to think for a moment about the value of sometimes being able to slow down strategically and intentionally before you get to the point of burnout, before you get to the point of being overwhelmed and stressed out and ready to pull your hair out. I want you to think about the value of being able to slow down and enjoy quality time with yourself, the people that you love, the people that you enjoy, Because see, here's the trick in all of this. It's so simple, but we overlook it. The more joy you have, the more you feel good, not faking it till you make it, not hyping yourself up to believe it, but just honestly feeling good, happy, joyful, peaceful, relaxed, rested. It truly becomes easier to use that emotion, use those feelings, and that available energy to calibrate into the version of you that already has what you desire. See, that's the thing. If you want it, it already exists. I truly believe for every person that has a business idea, it's not just you being crazy as hell and dreaming something up that nobody else could have thought of. It is spirit picking you because there is something in you that is perfect to birth this thing into the world because somebody else is already out there asking for it. And sometimes, let's be even more honest, it is because the idea or the dream was already given to somebody else and they didn't take action. The spirit said, what we not gonna do is hold the world up and the collective up because you don't want to act right. Boop, moving on to the next. And it drops to the next person, right? So let go of this idea that you just have to have it all right, all perfect to have what you want, because you don't. Let go of the idea that there's this one person. Well, okay, this is what I think. There's not this one person that if you don't get it together, you're going to miss them and that's your only chance at love, since I was using the example of manifesting your person, right? So let go of this idea that if you don't get it together and if you're not perfect and fully healed and 100% and everything is just on lock, that you're going to miss your opportunity for love. It doesn't have to be true. If you've been holding yourself hostage to that, you get to rethink your ideals and your principles and your beliefs. But I'm going to leave that up to you. Moving on. The easier you allow yourself to just be, the easier it is to happen. Okay? Meaning, when you align within yourself, when you are who you are just because it is who you are, you're not trying to fake it, be phony. You're not trying to mimic anybody else. You are allowing yourself to just exist in all its greatness. Your being, your essence, your spirit, your soul, your embodiment. You are just allowing all that divinity to just come through. When you exist that way, all the other things are drawn to you that are calibrated for you. All the things that you desire, that you're hoping and wishing and praying for, come through a lot easier. Because it's like magnets, right? It's like energy. Energy flows to like energy. Like draws like. Opposition repels. And you are in opposition of yourself if you are overexerted, overstimulated, overwhelmed. You are in direct opposition of yourself. And it becomes so hard and so challenging and testing to get what you want. And even if you do by chance happen to get it, sometimes you're so exhausted by the time you get it, you don't have enough energy and capacity to actually hold on to it. This is how you can do all that work to meet such a great person. And then it's just like, fuck, why can't this thing come together? Y'all are at odds. You can't align. Everything is just disarrayed and crazy and chaotic. So try something different. Take a nap. Go to bed earlier. Allow yourself to sleep a little bit later. Work on some task management skills so that you can figure out how to better organize your day. Stop feeling like you got to play Captain Save-A-Ho or be Wonder Woman or Captain America and go save everybody. Stop letting people drown you because you're letting them stand on your shoulders. Isn't that sound just magnificent from the little creek over there? The water flowing. It's okay to just slow down and just be sometimes. It really is, right? I get out here for my walks. I have a pace that I like to keep because I'm usually out here about 90 minutes. I do 5 or 6 miles. But along the way, I stop and I listen to the birds chirping and singing. Like when I first started the video, the goat, I stood there for a minute just looking at the goat before I got started, walking, and before I started the video. Sometimes I see deer or foxes. Sometimes I just stand still to soak in the gloriousness of being out here in this open expansion. It's okay to actually allow yourself to enjoy the small moments. Matter of fact, that gives you the momentum to create the big moments. You don't have to kill yourself in order to get what you want. Because look at it this way. If you're dead and in your grave, you can't enjoy it anyway. So there's that. Take time to just sit with that and see what it means for you. But I am asking you to give yourself some nurturing and some extra love and compassion and grace. Because again, you don't have to burn yourself out. And you don't have to overwhelm or overexert yourself to get what you want. Simplicity is a beautiful thing. And sometimes it's the simplest thing that creates the biggest moment. All right? So with that being said, I gave you a lot to think about. And I challenge you to just really look at what you're doing, figuring out if it's working for you or if you need to change some things. Whether you're actively working on manifesting something or you're just trying to go about it more passively while you're living life. Because either way, you're manifesting. We're all co-creating every single moment of every single day. The point is whether you're doing it intentionally and you're living life, or if you're letting life ride you and live you. There is a difference, my friend. If you need more help to dive deeper, come join us in the Godstate Portal. We got you, I promise. The link is down below in the information for the video. Come check us out. And I hope to see you in the next week's video. So make sure you click all those buttons and like and share and subscribe. And lastly, but not least, leave your comments in the section below and tell me what you think. What is this bringing up for you? I'll see you next time.